our guys did a good job this week of being able to, let the midweek wins go and get after it this weekend. We let game one get away from us, but they did a good job again of being able to go to bed, get back up, get back to work again. We're able to get the next two in a row. So we got out of there with 2 out of 3 of 4 in 1 week. Now we got to let that go and stay focused on what we have in front of us, which is a very good Coastal Carolina team. We, as Coach Glasgow said, we're going to give our guys off today and tomorrow for finals and then get back to work on Wednesday and then get ready for the weekend. Questions you might have?
What's it like when the recipe for winning seemed to be differ from the pitching and the defense to where hitting was now involved? Well,
it's good. I think it was good that week as we learned to win in a bunch of different ways. We were able to come back and, Daniel delivered a big lick to help us win, and we were able to do some things with our hitters in comeback wins that I thought were good. We don't have a lot of those on our resume, so I think that was good because we're going to need that, if we're going to make this run. And so I thought we did a good job. We played real good defense again. Cantrell and Wyndham really played well on the left side for us again as freshmen. And, we pitched when we needed to pitch. And, Demo came in and threw really well. That was great for his confidence. And so we did a lot of good things this weekend. Get some rest over the next 2 days, back to work Wednesday, and then, a good series against Coastal Carolina. They, they're playing well. They're a good physical team. They at the top of the league in all 3 things that are important: hitting, pitching, and defense. So that's why they're a very good team. So we're going to have to combat that. They're more physical than we are, but we're going to have to combat it with good pitching and good defense. Get off the field. We can get off the field. And work really hard to keep the score down. But one good thing is we did get into some things this weekend that our hitters had to step up to get it done, and they did a great job. So that's good going into who we're going to play this weekend.
It may be simply what you just said, but I've heard sayings before from coaches about, it's one thing to get success, it's another thing to sustain it. With them winning the national championship a couple years ago, their level of success hasn't really dropped off. What's made them continue to be so good, and then what can the series this weekend show you about where your team really is?
Well, I think the big thing is there's just a lot of parity in college baseball. They won the national championship, and the next year, they didn't get to a regional. So, I just think there's a lot of parity in college baseball right now. So you have to work hard to sustain success, but they're well coached. They are a physical team. They've been able to score a lot of runs over the last couple of years. You mix in pitching with defense with a physical team, you end up with what we had, a 58-10 team, or a team in Omaha when you can do all 3. Because those are the teams that I think sometimes are left standing at the end, the one that can do all 3. They score a lot of runs. They lead the league in home runs. Plus they have 66 stolen bases. So I think the key to them over the last couple of years and their runs, if they've been physical but yet fast on the bases, and yet the year that they did win the national championship, they could also bunt. And man, when you can lengthen the field and shorten the field, like we could do it with that 58-win team of the College World Series team, it's so hard to play defense against somebody like that. If you're a bad bunting team, then you can stay back on them the whole time. If you're a team that lacks physical power, then you can shorten the field on them and play defense, and they can't do anything about it, but they can shorten and lengthen the field. They also can, with 66 stolen bases, they've got some speed. So they're just a good, sound, balanced baseball team, and that's what I think makes them consistent.
How do you determine who plays center field between Bergeron and O'Hare?
Do what?
How do you determine who plays center on a given day?
We just look at the spray charts of the teams that we're facing, and then the spray charts of the pitcher that's pitching, and then we try to factor in where most balls are going to go. We also take into consideration the way the wind's blowing, and then we factor it up and make a decision.
You're just not pulling a name out of the hat?
No. 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 Sometimes it might look like that, but no. We try to cut those gaps down, and so we'll kind of look at the wind, because if the wind's blowing out, then the ball's going to really be hot to the right shoulder of the center fielder, and it's going to hold up to his left shoulder. So you don't have to be as fast. We can just defensively put you in the right place. And then we look at the spray charts. You know, if Hogan's pitching with that fastball, a lot of times they're going to be late this away. So we just try to factor it all in and try to make the best educated guess we can to put all the guys in the right place that we can.
Coach, you mentioned the stolen bases for Coastal. Are you gonna talk or make it a point of emphasis with your pitchers this week about mixing up their looks, whether it be going to a slide step, anything like that?
No, that's been done all year. So you don't just start doing that. We've done that all year. And the one thing we're always careful about when we face teams that can run is I haven't seen a guy on the bases yet with a bat in his hand. So he don't really worry me. I try to defend the guy that can drive in a run. I've never seen a runner drive in a run with a bat. So the running game is not always my concern. I think if you get them concerned with it too much, they speed up to the plate, they hang breaking balls, they get out of rhythm. I like to just try to, do what we do right now, just make sure our looks are mixed up and make sure we got some holds in there along the way. And then you pitch the same way you always pitch, and try to let your catcher take care of it if you can. So that's the thing I think you got to watch out for. I think pitchers sometimes get in trouble trying to change up too much of what they do. Sometimes Ricky Henderson's best move at first was never to even steal. They'd walk two people after he got on first base trying to defend him from stealing. And now, to my opinion, you got more damage on your hands. Now you got the bases loaded and no outs instead of not worrying about him and worry about the guy with the bat. So I always try to concern myself with the guy that can do the most damage, and that's the guy holding that bat in his hand.
You've talked a lot about LaHair kind of being the grit guy, but how have you seen him kind of grow into that role over the course of the season so far?
Well, I think I think he got through his bitterness. I think everybody has to get you gotta go through a bitter middle to get to a happy ending. He's happy right now, but he's very bitter in the fall when he got here, because he was working to get out of the junior college system into the Division I system, and he had a very tough fall. It just took him some time to get through all that, and I think he's getting back now to understanding the Division I game, and now he's having some success again, because I think he kept working through the toughness and got on the other side of it, and I think what got him through the toughness is he's a tough guy. And I always believe this in my heart. I don't think tough times ever last. I think tough people do. And I think the one thing he was able to do was stay through the toughness that he had this fall.
How much has it helped communication-wise for LaHair and Bourgeois that they had not only the fall, but they also played together in the summer?
I think that's important. Anytime the NCAA only allows us 4 guys on a summer league team, so it's an NCAA violation if we put more than 4 guys on a summer league team. So the most we can have on a team is 4, but they did come in to play together. They met up from Delgado and LSUE, actually lived together too through the summer. So I think that's real important. And so I think by playing together like that, they had already a jump start before they got in here. And I think both of them have done very well for us, not only in our outfield, but hitting in the order. They're right next to each other all the time at 1 and 2. So I think that time that they spent together prior to getting here has really helped them.
More questions?
Any change to the rotation this weekend?
Not as of right now. We like where we are. We picked up Stokey this weekend, who threw exceptionally well. Didn't look like he ever missed a beat. So now with him and Nick in there, and Demo throwing like he did against UNO, And then again, back into Sunday's ball game, that gives us 3 really good arms coming out of that bullpen. So I don't anticipate any. We as coaches, again, we don't see each other much on Mondays. We got a lot of recruiting this week with playoff games all over the place. So we'll take a look at it. 1 and 2, Friday and Saturday's rock solid. We'll take a look at Sunday. I don't want to get jumpy off of just one start. But we'll look at it now that we do have Stokey back. It does let you think some things out, but it also gives us a rock solid bullpen too. Guys that you don't have to either bridge the gap to get to because he can only throw 3 outs and you got only 1 guy and you might need him at least 2 times out of the weekend. We got guys that literally, with Demo extended the other day and Stokey extended and Lee extended. Now we got guys that can take over in the 7th and just finish somebody too. So that's a huge advantage because that starter now, we don't have to have maybe middle relief in there with the ability of those 3 guys. So, but we'll talk all that out this week when we get back together on Wednesday.
You said that Armstrong looked good on video, I think, and then what's the status? Might he be available for this weekend? And what's the status on Batty?
Batty's good. He was good for Sunday. He was on the card with us. He's throwing a bullpen today at 145 against live hitters, but he's good. Had nothing but a little tightness in his shoulder. They stretched that out. I think gave him a little anti-inflammatory. He's good to go. So Armstrong's been throwing with our PT, Kerry Lamson. So I haven't seen him. We'll see him over the next couple days and see where he's at. But the last video I got, he was throwing well with the throwing sock on. I'm sure he's progressed to live throwing today or tomorrow. I haven't talked to Kerry yet, but he possibly could be available this weekend. Don't know that for a fact, but Batty's good. We could have used Batty this weekend, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Just elected not to. So he's good to go. Hopefully we can pick Armstrong up if it's not this weekend, the next weekend, and actually not go backwards with arms, but try to go forward. Handsome has his doctor's appointment coming up, and they'll look at the elbow and then decide at that point in time what they're going to do with it. So once I find out where we are with that, I'll let you know. And other than that, pretty healthy. Picking Stokey up, we extended him. Asked him the next day how he felt, and he felt good. So that's good on that groin. And everything else is just minor sore backs and legs. So right now, we'll pick up these next 2 days of rest right here, even though they are in finals. We'll pick some rest up and then work back to Wednesday and then get ready for a good series this weekend.